Pastor Brian Wolfmuller here with the blog post, Mortis, Dulcia, Nomina, the sweet names of death. Tucked away in a few footnotes in Volume 3 of Francis Pieper's Christian Dogmatics is this gem of comfort both for pastors and for die-ers, all of us who are dying, the sweet names of death. Here it is. I'm going to read you the Luther footnote here. Luther says, Scripture has a lovely manner of speaking of death and the deceased. This lovely manner is that Scripture does not call it death, but sleep. We must henceforth learn a new speech and language in speaking of death and the grave. That's not a human, earthly language, but a divine, celestial language. For the like you find in none of the books of all the learned and wise on earth. But among Christians, this should be a familiar, common, and current speech. We must learn, says Luther, to scrape our tongue of the world's way of speaking and speak according to the Scriptures. Now, this is beautiful stuff. Francis Pieper says, in the text of his dogmatics, every Christian, especially every teacher in the church, ought to know the mortis dulcia nomini, the sweet names of death. Know them well and use them. So here's the list for our comfort, this lovely list of the sweet names of death. First, gathered to one's people, Genesis 25, verses 8 and 17. Depart in peace, Luke 2:29. Depart and be with Christ, Philippians 1:23. Taken from evil, Isaiah 57, verse 1. Sleep, this is the most common that Jesus has for death, Matthew 9, verse 24, John 11:11, 1 Thessalonians 4:13, Daniel 12:2, also 1 Corinthians 15. Rest, Revelation 14:13 and Hebrews 4:11. Passing from death to life, that's John 5:24. Deliverance from evil, 2 Timothy 4:18. And last, gain, Philippians 1:21. To live is Christ, to die is gain. May God grant us to learn well these sweet names of death. I'll put the list down here. You can click on the blog post and find it there as well. God's peace be with you.